Hey guys, Parker from Brace Engineering. Today we're going to be installing our brake master cylinder brace here on our FL5 Civic Type R. We notice under braking there's a lot of movement, so this fixes that. In this kit you're going to get a Brace Engineering brace for your brake master cylinder, as well as a foot adjustment nut and bolt, and of course the foot, as well as a separate hardware kit to help you put it all together. All right, for this install you're going to need a few different tools. We're going to start off with some scissors, a 9/16 wrench, a 12mm wrench, a 17mm wrench, a ratchet with both a 10mm and a 10mm deep socket, 5mm Allen key, 3mm Allen key, a 17/64 drill bit, and a drill. All right guys, so here's the area we're going to be working in today. As you can see, the brake master cylinder reservoir is here. So we're going to have the brace come in right around in this area, and the foot is going to be right at the base of this reservoir. There's a flat area. That's where that foot's going to mount up. Now, before we begin, we're going to go ahead and remove the battery just to give us a little more space to work with. So for this section, you're going to need your ratchet with both a 10mm and 10mm deep socket. We're going to go ahead and start by removing this plastic wire hold down nut. That's just with a standard 10mm. You can take that off. Then it's going to reveal two sides of your battery hold down, which you're going to get your 10mm deep socket, and you're going to remove those, and there's some little hooks. You're going to come down, out, and up with those on each side. Then you're going to take your standard 10mm and you're going to go remove the battery terminal connections on your negative and under this your positive. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and undo all of this shielding here, and there should be a handle and you should be able to lift out. You may also want to remove this battery tray. It just slides right out. For some it might not cause a problem, but later on there could be a problem with your brace adjustment, so you may need to remove this. So as you can see, the battery is now removed. So now we're going to look behind the reservoir. We have a bit of protective material back here that's going to need to get removed. And then to the left of the reservoir, there is a screw hole here. And then we'll need to add a riv nut on the other side. I'll show you what that looks like after we're done. So you can see what I had to do here was, so I temporarily took off that little plastic nut, and there's another one on the other side. And then I went in with some scissors and I ended up cutting this out. Now you don't need to go as extreme as I did. Maybe an inch and a half from each side of these holes here. So this hole was here, and then I went ahead and added this riv nut in, and those are the two holes that will end up holding the top part of the brace. So to drill out your riv nut, you're going to need, of course, your drill and your 17/64 drill bit. I would recommend putting the brace somewhat in the right place where it's going to be at, and then kind of marking out with a punch or a marker, something like that, just so you can see where everything's going to end up at.
All right, so we have the holes right there for the BMC brace. We're going to open up that right side hole, which is a square. We're going to open it up to a 1/4 inch so that we can install a M4 rivet nut. We're going to do that with a unibit or a step drill bit. I find that a little bit easier. So we're going to do that really quick. We're going to then vacuum it out. We're going to we're going to run some touch-up paint so that it doesn't rust. You could also use sealant, and then we'll install that rivet nut.
So to install this rib nut, you're going to need your 9/16 wrench, a 3mm Allen, and the included rib nut installation tool. If you're curious on how to use it, we have a video that we can link up above, and it'll show you exactly how to use the tool. So to install the brace, we're going to need to thread your adjuster in. So you'll just thread it pretty much all the way back. The more back you go, the easier it is to actually start the install. We're going to make sure that we keep this jam nut loose. You do not want to tighten this jam nut because that is what we use at the end to tighten everything up. So leave it loose, get it pretty much all the way threaded, and then you'll be ready to start your install. At this point in the video, I should probably mention, if you drop anything back, so whether it's the brace, the hardware for the brace, the actual little adjuster foot for the brace, it's not fun. You're gonna have to go underneath, remove all the plastic clips and hardware for the underbody paneling, and that's how you're gonna have to retrieve your stuff. So before we actually go and put the brace on, you're gonna need to zip tie some of these hoses down. They're gonna make it hard, they're gonna get in the way. So we provide some zip ties for you. Go ahead and zip tie these down and out of the way, and then you'll be able to put your bracing in. So from this point forward, now we're gonna have the foot here, foot pad, come into play. As you can see, there's a little knurled out section for the adjuster. So you're just gonna set it in there. You're gonna hold it, and then you're gonna do it hand tight. Just ever so slightly so this stays on the foot and doesn't move off here. Now it's very important again that you don't drop this piece, or else you're gonna have a very fun day going underneath the car and getting it out. So we're pretty much there. I've got it just hand tight. The adjuster 17mm jam nut is still loose. I want that still loose. So now we can tighten everything up and wrap up this job. For the tightening and final adjustments of your brace, you're gonna need a 12mm and a 17mm wrench. So we're gonna start off by spinning this almost all the way back, the jam nut there. And then we're gonna go ahead with our 12mm and we're just gonna start feeding it. And we don't need to get too incredibly tight with this, but we want it tight enough to where we know that this brake master cylinder isn't going anywhere. Once we're done with that, we're gonna take our 17mm jam nut, we're gonna use our 17mm wrench, and we're gonna run this up the opposite direction in which the adjuster is going. And then we just tighten it up from there and we're set. So after you've finished adjusting your brace, just simply reinstall your battery and you're done. Thank you guys for watching today. If you'd like to purchase this product, just head on over to veris-engineering.com. Or if you have any comments or concerns, simply email sales@veris-engineering.com. Thanks guys.